It doesn't get any better than this. Just look at this view. I've just been sitting here on this bench just reflecting and just relaxing a bit. I really like how the water moves differently on this side. The tide is really slow and relaxing. Hey guys, welcome back. My name is Brandon and this is my vlog for Neon Arcade. And today I'm just relaxing, sitting on this bench. I'm here in Manly, just looking at the view, taking it all in, really enjoying the weather. It's nice and cool, the sun's out, it's beautiful. And today I thought I would just chat with you guys, give you a little update on what I've been doing, maybe tell you about some stuff that I plan on doing, and just tell you some thoughts that I've been thinking about. I think we also might, if it happens, we might find a geocache maybe, go searching for something like that. Now, keep in mind, I'm not an expert. I'm an extreme beginner, and you know, I'm just, if I stumble upon one, then I stumble upon one. But if I don't find it, don't be disappointed. But anyway, I'd like to go on a little walk, show you around, and share with you some thoughts that I have. So if that's something you're interested in, then follow me and let's get a wriggle on. So apparently there's some penguins that come here every year during a certain season. And so they have all these signs all across this walkway, this pathway, basically saying not to disturb the penguins. But I've never actually seen one before. I hope one day to see one. That would be so amazing. I'm not sure what season they come in. I have to look at one of the signs that says like what season it is. But yeah, they apparently come up here, they wash up on shore, and you can see penguins. So just a little update on how I've been feeling lately. I've been feeling a lot better. My arm is slowly starting to heal. I went to the doctor again and they did another ultrasound on my arm. So I have to go back and get the results and see what happened. But I believe I dislocated a tendon or something. Something hopefully that it can be reversed because it's been very difficult trying to play guitar and stuff. And I hope it's not permanent. But yeah, I'm taking care of that. Aside from that, I have been doing a lot of creative stuff. I've been coming up with a more consistent plan to post more. I know I mentioned maybe, I don't know, a month ago that I wanted to start posting 3 days a week. And I think I've figured out a way to do it and make it feasible with my schedule. So I'm going to start doing that. And I have a few other ideas that I want to add as well to where I can start posting eventually 6 days a week. It wouldn't be all vlogs. It would be a mix of 3 vlogs a week and then 3 other things a week, like maybe 2 lives and a playlist thing that I mentioned in a previous video. So that's sort of the long-term goal. I don't want to put a time frame on that because I may not be able to reach it. I kind of need to see how the 3 vlogs a week go. It's kind of difficult to do, but I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna see how it goes, and hopefully I can be consistent with that. And if I can do that, then I'll move on to the next step. There's this fancy restaurant down here that I see a lot of people eat at all the time, but I've never been to it. But it has a gorgeous view. Here's Strange Oasis. I think this is a art gallery and museum. I've never been here, but I always feel like I'm in a strange oasis, being in a new country and trying to figure out life. The sun is starting to set right now and it looks really, really nice. You see how that golden hour glimmer on the water. As I've mentioned in the past, I actually started this vlog because of a guy named Adam the Woo. And if you don't know who he is a YouTuber, or was a YouTuber, that recently passed away unexpectedly and has had a huge impact and influence on me. He and I have never met formally in person, but he and I have a couple mutual friends in common. And we've crossed paths a few times. We've been in the same room a couple times, but we've never had a conversation. But his content and his philosophy on life and a lot of how he lived his life has been a huge influence on me and has impacted me in a very big way. And so when he passed, it was very, very difficult for me to process. And I know there's a lot of other people out there who also are in the same position as me, where, you know, they weren't close to them or anything, but they were also affected in a really strange way. And the reason is because, you know, he posted every single day for 5 years straight. And then after that, he posted almost every single day. And, you know, when you watch someone every day posting their daily life, you get really close to them. You feel like, you know, they're your close friend. And so losing him has been difficult for a lot of people in the community. And it was that moment, or it was when that happened, that's what really woke me up and made me realize that I should stop talking about starting vlogging and just do it. And so that's one of the big reasons I started. About a week ago, Adam's friends and family hosted a celebration of life in Orange County. And I was going to go, but I just couldn't get the time off, and it didn't really make sense financially for me to buy a ticket for such a short trip. But I was able to watch it live on the internet, on YouTube. They streamed it live, and it was a really, really nice service. And I feel like that has helped a lot of people like me find sort of some closure to sort of move on and hear all the really wonderful things about him and see how many people that he was able to bring together. One of the things that I admired so much about him, and one of the things that I feel like I have in common with him, is how much I value my friends and how much I value my friendships. And I love taking friends that I have that normally would never know each other, people that I feel like have really interesting talents or quirks about them, and bringing them in the same room and having them meet. Because to me, that's one of my favorite things is, you know, I feel like I collect friends, like I collect people. I love eccentric people. And when I find them and meet them and they come into my life, I think, oh man, this person would get along so well with this person. And I know that Adam did that a lot. And, you know, seeing his celebration of life, you can see all these different people from different walks of life come together. And it's so cool to see how they can come together like that and, you know, find things of interest or common interest. But yeah, it's such a cool thing to see. Okay, I think there's a geocache around where I am in this area, but let me show you what it says. So we'll take a look. All right, this is totally findable tourist caches. So this should be very, very easy. If I can't find this, I should just give up and never look for a cache again. Okay, it says, this series of geocaches is designed primarily with visitors to Sydney in mind. You may have limited time and transport options and want quick and easy finds while out enjoying some sightseeing around this beautiful city. All cache containers will be one of three types, either a flat magnetic key case, a round film canister, or a fake rock. I think we can manage that. So let's pull up the map and the compass and try to find it. Okay, so I'm standing right here and it's saying it's over here, just like a few feet above me or in front of me. So let's turn on the compass and see what it says. All right, 29 meters this way. Let's take a look. So it said it's going to be one of three type of containers. I don't think it's going to be a rock, just because, you know, there's no rocks around here. That wouldn't make sense. So it's probably going to be some, you know, magnetic thing or something. There's a lot of metal around these poles. All right, now it's saying 14 meters. 14 meters away. This way, 15. Okay. I feel like it would be somewhere around here, around this information center. So I'm going to start looking at metal pieces to see if we can find anything. Nothing up here. I don't see it over here. This would make the most sense to me. This metal hole. Is that it? No, that's like a security guard thing. Also, I don't think it would be that obvious. I think it would be hidden a little bit better than that. And of course, we have spiders and spider webs. What about in here? Don't see anything in there. I don't think it would be that high to reach. I'm telling you, I'm just not good at this. I'm not good. Okay, it has to be around here because I've looked on both sides. Okay, let's try to feel around and look a little bit more detailed. Okay, I found something that looks suspicious, and it would make sense if this is it, because I thought about it and I saw a piece of something that looks like it just blends in, but I thought about it. I thought, what is that? And it's like, oh, that looks like an electric box or something. But when I thought about it deeper, it's like, why would there be an electric box in this spot? It just doesn't make sense to me. So I think this might be it. So let's see if it is. Okay, if this thing moves. Aha. No spiders. But we found it.
You son of a bitch.
I finally found a geocache on my own without any help. So as promised, anytime I find a geocache, I'm going to put something inside of the geocache. And so today I brought with me some Neon Arcade stickers. Now I'm not going to stick it onto anything because I don't want to, ruin the design or the property or anything, but I'm just going to leave it in there with the thing still stuck on the back. So if whoever else finds it next, they can take this sticker and they can have it for free if they want. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. All right, so I'm just going to place it in here like this loosely. I think we should sign it first and then put it in. Put Neon Arcade and the date. I've hidden the sticker just behind it. So it goes just like that. All right, so now I got to make sure there's no muggles around watching me put it back, because I don't want them to, try to take it, or, because they probably don't know what it is and they don't know the rules of geocaching. So I'm going to wait till nobody's looking and I'm going to stick it right back where it was. And speaking of rules of geocaching, I know I'm kind of breaking a rule by showing you, where exactly it is. I don't know if I'm going to continue doing that. I just got really excited because this is my first one that I found by myself. Let me know in the comments if I should avoid doing that in the future, or if you actually like seeing where the thing is hidden. I really don't know the etiquette of geocaching. I'm assuming it's better to not show. I've never seen, any other people do this before, so I don't really know what the rules are. But yeah, if you enjoy seeing me find it, I'll continue showing it. Otherwise, if you just want me to show that I did find it and show you the cache itself and not show you how it's hidden or where it's hidden, then I'll keep that a secret. But let me know in the comments. I'm just glad that there were no spiders on this one. I don't do spiders. This place is so good. I'm actually gonna grab a cookie. Butter Boy cookie. Look at that, salted caramel and macadamia nuts. Oh. Mmm. I wish you could taste this. That cookie was so good, but I'm gonna have to wash it down with a piping hot caffeinated beverage from Starbucks in honor of Adam. Got my piping hot caffeinated beverage, decaffeinated beverage. I don't drink caffeine, but I love the taste of coffee. I know, weird, right? The sun went down really, really fast. It's already pretty much dark. Luckily, there's some good lighting over here so you can see me. I feel like I've been in better spirits and better mood lately. I'm not really sure what it is. Specifically what's been causing, a bit of my depression. I mean, I do know what it is. I know exactly what it is. But what I mean is specifically why that is, I guess, so to say. I've mentioned this a bunch of times, and I hate talking about it. I really, really do, because it feels like I'm just, reliving trauma, and I really don't like airing out personal stuff. It's tacky. I'm still healing. That's the best way to describe it. I'm still healing from loss, from heartbreak. I moved out here for someone specific. I left a lot of things behind. I changed my entire lifestyle. I gave up my job, gave up my friends, moved away from my family, and I moved here. And I spent thousands and thousands of dollars to do that. And not even a year in, things went a very different direction. And it was very unexpected, very disappointing. And I'm recovering from that. And it's not just the loss that I'm recovering from. It's hard to talk about, and I don't want to get too much into depth here, but it's recovering from an abusive relationship. Being in a relationship with someone who, I'm trying to find a way to say this without giving details. I'll put it this way. I think it's very important for both you and your partner to be on the same page when it comes to mental health. I think being transparent and disclosing mental health issues that could potentially damage a relationship should be disclosed. And not just that. I think when you decide to disclose that information to your partner, and that partner is concerned about your behavior and how it affects them, and they try to help you, and they say, hey, maybe we should do this or we should do that, and that person is reluctant to be open to getting that help, it's dangerous. It's very bad. And I think when you love someone so much that you're willing to put up with and tolerate abuse and boundary crossing over and over and over again, you become so worn down, and eventually it's hard to get out of it. It's hard to pull away. Eventually I did. I had to walk away. I eventually had to walk away from my own mental health. And even after all of that and everything said and done, I'm still recovering. And it's been very, very, very hard, especially doing it in a place where especially doing it in a place where I feel alone. And I feel isolated, and it's hard. It's very, very, very hard. I'm trying to find ways to cope, and I feel like I've been very irritable by little things. I've been very impatient with things, with different people, and it's not fair to those people. Yeah, I don't know if anyone else has been through something like this. I haven't talked to anybody else in regards to, like friends and stuff that have been through this same situation. So, obviously I have friends and family that are there for me, but I think it's different having someone there that's been through the same thing, especially another man who's been through something like this, because I know women go through this all the time. And it's nobody should have to go through something like this. It sucks. I mentioned that Adam the Woo was a big inspiration for me and the reason why I started this vlog, and that's true. But I do have to point out that I've been thinking about doing this for years. And I've had many different ideas of how to do it and what to do. And it wasn't until he passed that it gave me the inspiration and the motivation to finally do it. And a lot of it has to do with the legacy he left behind, and it has to do with his close friends that have been echoing his philosophy and sentiments and his personality through through their friendships with him, and just the way they've been expressing that through YouTube. And the constant thing I've been hearing is, stop talking about it, just do it, get busy living or get busy dying. And all those kind of things have just been really resonating with me. And since I've been going through this whole thing after this, relationship ending and being here in this country, this has really been helping me. Doing this vlog has been helping me a lot. It's been keeping me creative. It's been helping me connect with a bunch of people. I've already connected with so many of you, and that's my favorite thing. That's what I love about this, is just connecting with you guys. And and it's getting me out of the house. It's allowing me to explore things more, and it gives me an excuse to get out. Like, without the camera, I would just be sitting here by myself, drinking a coffee, stuck in my thoughts. That reminds me, I read something on the internet the other day that I wanted to share with you, and it made me think of another reason why I like doing this. So the thing that I read was basically saying something along the lines of, when you name an emotion, when you express it, whether it's writing it down or saying it, it actually decreases activity in the amygdala. And essentially, the amygdala is the region in which it triggers the fight or flight response, and which creates anxiousness and anxiety and all those things. And it increases the prefrontal cortex. It says that the right ventrolateral prefrontal cortex, associated with high-level thinking and self-regulation, actually increases. And so, in other words, to simplify it, just by writing down your thoughts and emotions, like in a diary, or doing something like this where you're just expressing feelings and thoughts, it actually decreases your anxiety and your stress, and essentially your depression. And it activates parts of your brain that allow you to build new neural pathways and have some sort of resolution. And that is so true. And I've been experiencing that with doing these vlogs. When I have these walk-in talks with you guys, it really does help me. And like, as I was saying, I could just be sitting here with this coffee, and this cookie by myself, and just ruminating in my head, thinking about things. And all that does is just cause more stress, more anxiety, and more depression. But by taking this little camera with me and posting whatever I film on here, on the YouTube, on the internet, it actually does something neurologically to me that helps me. I don't know if that makes any sense, or if I just explained that in a really bad way. But yeah, you can look it up. The study was done in UCLA by Dr. Matthew Lieberman. So yeah, you can look that up if you want, and maybe that'll help you, and maybe that can inspire you to start writing or journaling or vlogging or whatever it is. If you're going through something that's been difficult to go through, I know it's been helping me, and if it helps me, I think it could definitely help someone else. I just realized that I'm just like a few feet away from that one geocache that I couldn't find. We should try to do another second look. I have zero expectations of finding it. I know we already found one. We should leave on a high note, but I'm really curious. Since we're right here, I kind of want to look again. Now that I kind of know what to look for and kind of understand, I'm getting the idea of how these things work, I want to see if we can find it. So let's go take a look, and then I don't know, see what happens. Okay, so if you remember, if you've seen that episode from before, this was called The Wishing Well, and it was based off of a Doctor Who series. I think it's one of 7 different geocaches. Somewhere over here, apparently, I scoured this whole thing. I looked all around it, but now I know that I wasn't looking hard enough. So I'm gonna set some things down. Right, I set my stuff down, so now I can try to focus. This is what the hint says. It says, there is no need to search inside the shelter, and so no need to disturb any people inside. That's what I did last time, unfortunately. I didn't disturb anyone, but I was looking inside. The cache container says replace this side up on one side. If it is returned with that side up in exactly the correct spot, it will stay in place. What does that even mean? A very clever hide in a lovely location. Okay, so I'm looking for something that's smart, that's a clever hide. So it's definitely harder to do at night. I remember someone mentioning something about it being wet or something, for some reason. That's why I thought it was maybe in this gutter or something up here. Okay, so where I was looking last time was along this, and I kept looking and looking and looking and looking and finding absolutely nothing, because every hint that I read was basically saying that it was on this pole and I couldn't find it. But when I bring my flashlight over, this makes it easier. And here's the hint, here's the giveaway, is that this is made of pipe. This is made of wood. And there's a piece right here that just doesn't make sense. So that must be it. Let's see. Look at that. I think we found it. Doctor Who, The Wishing Well, clue number 4. No, he's not delirious. He's asking me for a date, that's all. Replace this side up. Okay, so what is that? That's just a clue to get something else? So this thing, you basically just pull it out like this, and that's where you have the scroll where you write on it. But now I understand why people are saying it's all wet, because it's just like a soggy paper. So it doesn't really look useful. But I'm gonna leave my Neon Arcade sticker inside of here, and hopefully the next person can keep it. On second thought, I don't think it's gonna fit in that hole, but I'll just leave it here, and someone can find it. It's too dark to see, but I'll put it right there. There's not a lot of people out now, which I enjoy. I don't like being in a lot of crowded areas, but the sun is gone now. It's getting late. We found 2 geocaches today after not finding any, so I feel good about myself. I feel proud. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with me today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for letting me share my heart with you guys. It's really hard being vulnerable, but it helps me, makes me feel better. And before I go, I want to say one little thing, because I know she's watching, my niece. Today's her birthday. So happy birthday, Layla. Hope you had a really good birthday. But anyway, I guess that's it for today. And if I don't see you, thanks for sharing this day with me. See you on the flip side.
Doctor!
It's the end. But the moment has been prepared for.